of RC After Dark, where fun things happen. Boy, do we ever have some fun planned for you tonight. I'm just going to get the TV up and running here. Sorry for the earthquakiness.
It's not Ward?
It's not Ward, it's me.
Yeah, it's always him.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the F15, almost all of it done. Oh, there we go, it's working. Oh, I got dirt all over my back. Lots to do in this. All right, so what did we do? We went to Jonal. That was awesome. Got this thing ready to go, which is awesome. Getting this thing ready to go, which is awesome. Got an SU30 up there, which is awesome. What else? We got a Rebel Classic there. So much going on. Yeah, so went to Jonal. It was great, fun time. Can you turn your volume down more?
I just did that.
That'd be great. I'm just going to clean the screen off here.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to get you on here.
It's a little odd hearing yourself twice. Yeah, so went to Jonal. It was tons of fun, and it was great. What a mind-blowing experience. The video's been popular, so if you watch the video, hopefully my reaction came across very well. That event is absolutely insane. I cannot believe how incredible that place is. I wish I lived closer, put it that way. What a crazy festival. The number of people there, like I think somebody said like 1,000 pilots. It is just mind-blowing, and that's slow. So yeah, it was super cool. So it's been busy. Yeah, it's been real busy. Haven't checked anything off the list, but we're very close with the F15. So that's the goal tonight, is to get the engines running. We pretty much are very close to finishing up the plane. We've been working on it a ton yesterday and today. So first of all, it's huge. There's going to be 2 more videos that come out, I think, possibly 3, but I think 2 is going to finish it up. And we're pretty much done. The final things to do are, we just did CG today. Engines are ready to run. Fuel is full. Without fuel, this thing comes in at 82 pounds?
Yep.
Is that right? So yeah, empty, UAT's full, 82 pounds. I was expecting closer to 100, so super awesome. I'm really happy with that. We've got to screw our cockpits in, screw the canopy down. The functions and everything are working well. Install the air brake, left that out just so we could see everything that's going on. And kind of a few last little bits. We need to change some of the lights in the wings. And that's it. It's awesome. Phenomenal. So very happy with the progress. We have Ward here tonight, Russell McRussellson, and Chadwick is here. Got lots of big bodies and big hands to fire this thing up. So there is the front board. That's the thumbnail of this video. It turned out exceptionally well. I'm very happy with that as well. And looks awesome. So very good, very good. Artemis is pretty much done. Yeah, thank you, Russell. There'll be another video coming out on Wednesday where we get all the shelves done, and then that's kind of the final video where everything's wrapped up. And then we're going to go to the field today, and that was going to be another video like how are things running and everything, but it was way too windy today, which actually worked out good because we got to get this thing ready to go. So everything works out the way it's supposed to. But I'm assuming you guys probably want to see inside Artemis.
Yeah, so, go take a tour.
Let's go take a tour.
Sorry for the hardware that's kicking around, but
I'm just going to make sure chat's turned on here. There we go.
I got it.
hey, chat.
Don't worry about turning chat. I got it here.
It's all in.
Okay.
Now we don't see it up there.
There we go. We got lots of people. Oh, if you're here, hit the thumbs up button, by the way. There's 28 of you on right now and only 13 thumbs up. So it's windy out right now, so the mics are going to be weird until we get in the trailer. Flip this around.
What I
So,
like is the foam on the beds.
Walking into Artemis. Turned out so nice. Little bit of organizing left to do. And that's pretty much it. So the front bunks are great. Obviously airplane storage. I'm gonna put some of these hooks, those little D-ring hooks, on here as well too. So we've got methods to strap planes down. And as far as Artemis itself, we've got our Milwaukee pack set up here, toolbox strapped down. I was all ready to go, fuel jugs over there, and then our big racks here and shelves and stuff. The shelves turned out so good, very happy. Iceco freezer cooler, which is great. So that's just running all the time. Right now it's sitting at 1 degree inside, which is wonderful. So it's basically ready to go whenever we're ready to go. And that runs off of the All Powers battery unit. So right now the trailer is plugged into shore power. So right here, and this is the fridge. Everything else is plugged in. So as soon as we unplug it from shore power, everything runs off of that unit right there, including the fridge and the lights and whatever else you want to run. So looks good. So that is basically Artemis ready to go. We got the BDXS strapped in, and it's hard to fathom, but that shelf there, maybe we can get Ward in the shot too. So this shelf here, from the very tail end of the shelf right there to where Ward is, that's the length of the F15. It's crazy. And this is a 24-foot trailer, so that plane is going to fit nose to tail right here. Crazy, crazy. So yeah, turned out awesome. I'm very happy with it. Really excited to do the maiden voyage on this thing. So
you have to put netting up here for if Stacy, so he doesn't roll out of bed.
oh, Juicy can't get on that top bunk. Are you kidding me? No way.
He'll be on the bottom bunk, he can roll in there.
That would make for good video content, though. Trying to see Juicy get up there.
The camera
Come on. Come on, Russell, come on up.
Pop up there. I haven't been in the bunk since my kids were small.
And then, of course, the creme de la creme, the floor. I'm so happy with the floor. Turned out awesome. It's I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's got sparkles. It's got orange flecks. It's not super slippery. It's like nice and grippy still, but it's still full of polyaspartic coating. Oh, Nez is awake. Go on, Bubba's. Get in there.
What?
Get in there.
Go back to bed.
And there we go. So that is that's Artemis.
Swamp Fox says he likes the shells. Looks great.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Flying
that.
Leduc says, ha ha ha. Keith Rowe says that F4 at Jonal was huge.
Yes, and if you watch the Jonal video, there's one part of the video where Max from Carf pulls out his phone. That's the F4 that's en route here. So that F4 is done, ready to be shipped. It's just doing the final QC. So that F4 should be the first production F4 in North America, and it'll be here probably in a couple weeks, I suspect. So it's going to be mind-blowing as well. Yeah, the F4 is awesome. Lots of cool things happening.
Lots of big planes.
Yeah, we got some other cool stuff. This may make Chad mad, but that's okay. Chad's mad.
You will if you find out about this.
So we had some fun stuff show up. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here it comes.
The look on his face. So we had CM Jets ship a bag for, this is going to be going into a customer's Atom, not my Atom, a customer's Atom, not Chad's Atom. We're not allowed to use bags, Chad. Atom will be shipped to Mexico, some undisclosed location in Mexico.
We're the cartel.
Yes. And then while we were at Jonal, we got some other fuel bags as well too. So these came from Jordan Factor, who's a CARF pilot. Again, if you saw the if you saw the
Yes, I saw that.
the video, we did a little synopsis thing on this. Looked at his fueler system and everything, and got a bit of a brief description on his. Forget the plane he was flying, Diablo maybe or something like that.
I
What's
think
the
it
big
was.
one?
Yeah, because he
Diablo.
was flying that in Phoenix, and he was also flying an F-100.
Yeah, so this is the 4-liter one. This is also the one that I was thinking about installing in somebody's Atom. Not my Atom, somebody else's. And this is a 5-liter one. And we are going to try and put this one into the Carf F100 that is also showing up soon because it's ready. So, as you poo.
Once the governments figure out the tariffs.
Yeah. So that is fuel bags. I'm excited to put this in a customer's plane and see how it works.
No, I saw you with that conversation with Jordan. Mm-hmm. He's making them right on.
Flip that around.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Really nice stuff, man.
These carbon rods, I ordered these from Amazon. So these are 8mm carbon rods, which is the CM Jets size. And then these guys here use a 10mm carbon rod, so obviously 2mm bigger. It's not a huge difference, but yeah.
So he has it in there.
Yeah, so you can get these in, like this one is a double top.
Or you can get the
Yeah.
pull from, that's actually really nice.
So your fill, in this case, your fill is this one.
Yeah.
And
Your
your
fuel
fuel
to
is this one. In this case, your fuel is the front,
Yeah.
and then your fill is the top. So in the video from Jonal, this is the bag that he was using.
Jordan, you out there? Good stuff.
So yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm really, yeah.
And after seeing that, after seeing the live demo of him filling it, like some of the things that I think a lot of people, including myself, have always been concerned with is like, how do you prevent yourself from overfilling these? Well, it kind of works just like a regular fuel tank, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you fill this up, it's the bag is not expanding like a shopping bag. Yeah. It's just like it's a fixed volume.
It just
So
goes
when
hard.
Yeah, when you fill it up, it just fills up, right?
That's why we have a lot of fuel counters with a lot of the jets. So when it's 3.5, we just fill to 3.5.
Yeah.
And not over.
But this thing, like you're not able to put 4 liters in this thing.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
going to work, right?
Like
There'll be
Joe,
somebody who's going to try.
like Joe's filler. You can
Yeah.
type in 3.5
Yeah.
liters or
Yeah.
3,500 mil and it'll fill to that.
Philip asks, he came in late and he wants to know where he can get those fuel bags.
These came from
He's from Colombia, right?
these came from Jordan Factor.
He's out of Cap.
So I think that might be the address there. So rcjet.ch. But touch base with Jordan Factor if you're kind of interested in this one. So Jordan's a Carf pilot. He's on Facebook. And this, of course, is a CM Jets fuel bag as well, too.
From Spain, so it's a little bit, it takes longer to get those.
Just show them how you're going to mount those, like using the rods there.
Yeah, for sure. I'll grab my little
I think that'll make a big
thingies.
difference.
So Jonathan got rods to put through here.
8 mil.
Yeah, I like the rods though. And I like his method of how he said with the stoppers and stuff to prevent it from
Yeah,
sliding,
I'll bring it
right?
down. Yep.
Instead of
I can
gluing
adjust
and
that.
screwing the tanks in and stuff like that. It's just so
Okay,
much nicer.
So these little thingies, what do you call those? Keepers?
Keepers.
Clamps, maybe? Anyways, I went on Thingiverse and found these guys. So they're just a simple, like they use a simple 3mm screw and nut. This is the stock download from Thingiverse, but I downsized it 10%. The bigger size just kind of fit over top of this and it was loose. When I downsized the print 10%, it fits perfectly. So
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
You want them tight anyways. 'cause
I
you
think
don't
so,
want
yeah. I mean, and I also like these ones because they're small. There's a bunch of big designs on there, but the problem is the big designs wouldn't fit in this little area.
That looks like a 3 mil.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
a good, yeah.
basically you just come up with a former system that the rods go through, right? That glues to the side of your fuselage. I think you'd put 4 of these guys to hold the bag from shifting on the mounts. And then when you put your rod through the former structure, obviously depending on how you lay it out, you may put 2 of these keepers on one side and nothing on the other side because this just prevents it from sliding in and out. Maybe it works better where you have the former work here, the former work here, and another one of those guys butting up, but it's pretty versatile as far as that goes. The one key thing is you don't want this to be touching anything. So it's got to be not contacting any rigid surface. So yeah, so that's basically the rundown of it.
Yeah, Philip says he needs a 4.5 liter for his F18. Again, you have to contact the supplier.
Yeah. So I think they're pretty versatile as far as sizing goes. I mean, probably 1/2 liter increments. When I was chatting with Jordan at Jonal, he didn't have any 3-liter ones, but he had 4 and 5s. That's what the reason we got those.
That
So.
would fit perfectly into my Pro.
Yeah.
But you can't.
No, you're not allowed.
Not allowed.
I do have the Skunk Works.
But you know, if
optimization.
you sold that plane to somebody in Mexico, then you could put it in there.
Right, the
Right.
same guy that bought your other.
Yeah, that bought the Atom.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's exciting stuff.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, Jordan Factor? Yeah.
Yeah. Jeremy comes in and says, damn it, I'm late. That's okay, Jeremy. we still care.
Yeah, we love you.
You've only missed us making fun of Stacy. Trying to get on top of the top bunk. Somebody else, I think Craig Scott emailed me or sent me a message request just before the live started, and he was asking about updating central boxes.
Oh, and how to?
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah, where's that battery that?
oh, it's okay. I'm not going to actually do it, but
Okay.
so basically,
I'll bring it down. There you go.
with the Rex receivers or the Jetty receivers, when you update this, you have your dongle plugged into your computer. That dongle, when you have Jetty Studio open in the updating page, you plug it into the EXT port. It powers the receiver, and then your receiver can be updated. So that's how the receivers work, which you already knew. But the reason I'm explaining that is there's the difference. So when you're doing a central box, the central boxes are pretty much all the same. The key is figuring out which port needs to be the EXT dongle plugged in. So on some of the newer, like this is an old Central Box 200, but on some of the newer central boxes, it's like R3 or R2 or something like that. So you got to plug your cable into that appropriate port. You'll see the USB sticker right there. So if I was to guess on this one, it's probably the EXT1 port, but I don't remember. But you plug that USB dongle in, nothing's going to happen on your computer. And then as soon as you provide power to the central box, then it will pull itself up and you'll be able to update it. Now, as far as updating this stuff, the updates happen on a fairly non-regular basis. So when we build a new plane like the F15, we update all of our devices. There hasn't been an update on like Rex receivers for quite a while, for a few years. But some of the receivers, you still get them in their old software, which is totally fine, but we always make sure we update everything.
Yeah.
And then if there was a major update that came out, we would hear about it, and then you'd want to go through and update all your
And
devices.
also
so.
update the transmitter too, because if
Yeah.
we update this, it won't talk to the transmitter. It
Yes.
won't understand what the hell's.
Could you
we
update
ran
it while
into
still
this.
in the plane?
Yeah.
Or you have to rip it? You can just plug it into your laptop in the plane and then
Yeah.
it'll update
Let me
everything?
show you actually. So that's
why
a
we
good
have long
question.
cords, man.
Good question. So in a case like the
This is a
F15 here, the reason we run all these extensions is so we don't have to pull everything out. So 2 reasons. Number 1, when David gets this plane and we bind it to his radio, we plug a Y cable in to the primary receiver, we power one side, we put our bind plug in the other side, and we can learn the primary, clone, on-off switch, 900, all to his radio, no problem, super easy. And then all of these plugs go into your EXT ports on your receivers. So if you plugged this into your computer, you could update it, no problem, super easy. So good question, Ward.
Yeah. So it updates everything, great.
Yeah, so very easy. Obviously, your if there was an update for the central box, you'd have to get to that port on the central box. So good question.
Really good question.
Yeah, so the 15, you guys get the sneak peek that are on the live. So 15 turned out amazing. We took a look at the nose here. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate that. The canopy turned out awesome as well too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these guys out. So sorry about the earthquake. There we go. I got it. So this stuff is all just placed in there right now. Nothing's firmly attached.
Man, that gives you access.
Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. And then the pilots are just 2 screws. So you 2 screws and this pilot would come out.
Jeez.
1 screw and this piece would come out.
That's actually
2
really
screws
nice layout.
and this pilot would come out.
That's a really nice
And the
layout.
nose gets really light.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, get out the dongle, heavy ball, whatever, put in there.
Well, didn't have to add much weight when we.
Yeah, we only added half a pound, so 295
Oh,
grams
we
or
balanced
something.
it.
Yeah.
That's not for a big airplane.
Yep, it's nice.
I had to add more than that to my crew.
So yeah, layout wise, there's a lot of stuff jammed in there. So
It's nicely organized though, Jonathan. You're not giving
thank you.
yourself credit.
Well, the thing about it is it's not hidden, but for a plane like this, to me, it's more important being serviceable.
Yes.
So like a sports jet, you pull a tray out and you can get access to everything. On this one, you pull the cockpit out and then you want access to everything. So
Like all your air switches and everything. Right?
yeah, so basically everything's full access. The only thing that we've got buried is our SEO6 switch, which is underneath the board. But our SBEC, which powers our lighting setup, is right underneath there. So, but it is phenomenal. So it turned out really nice. So when you're running this thing, the only things you'll have access to, you got to remember all of those panels will be closed in. The only thing you have access to, without taking all that out, engine compartments and the nose cone. So the nose cone is where everything will be done on the aircraft.
Not on full fuel, taking off, dripping out of the tank.
So here, you've got your air fill right there, which is for the beginning part of the day. After that, the compressor takes care of it all. Fuel fill plug right here, so you hook your fueler up to here. You open your valves up. The fuel line goes inside, comes out to this T, splits off, and these go back to each fuel system. So if your right fuel system fills up first, you simply turn that off until your left fuel system is done filling up. Turn that off, disconnect, and you're good to go.
Just like the real airplanes.
Just like the real McCoy.
Well, that's what they do in the real ones. They get, moving the fuel, they just shut it off and then transfer it over.
So that, my friends, is the 15, and it is pretty much time to run this thing. It's really
Fuzzy?
yeah, the
Easy.
screen feels like it's hazy.
Well, it's also kind of jumpy today.
And you're not on it?
Yeah, I'm not doing it. It's not me. It's the phone.
And he's
Oh
not on
yeah,
it.
I think that fixed it. Oh no.
Got to clean the lens. Oh, whoa.
I think that's better. It's improved.
There we go.
Oh,
so.
he goes again. See? Oh, he didn't spit it.
There we go. I did. How's that?
Mother Jonathan.
That's better.
Hang on, you got something there. Hang on. I think everybody's mother. Just hang on.
That's better. How long did it take to fill the tanks? Yeah. So the fuel system is 12 liters. I'm just cleaning the other lenses. The fuel system's 12 liters. Takes a while. My filler's also very slow. I've got it turned down to a very slow amount, or Joe has it programmed so it's down.
But half speed, yeah.
Yeah, it takes it took 15 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
I would
from full
imagine.
empty. Yeah, it was a while. So.
Plus,
Make sure you have enough battery power.
Plus, it was a lot of liters.
Yeah, well, the main tanks are 3.5, David says, hey, Russell.
Hey.
The main tanks are 3.5, 3.5. The two saddles are 2.5, 2.5, plus a little bit. So it's 12.5 liters. So 12 liters is what I put in the controller. And so 6 liters and 6 liters is the way we have it set up. So
It's good for 20 minutes of flight.
it's a lot, yeah. I mean, with 240, 6 liters, like my BDX, I'm flying for 7 or 8 minutes, landing with 40% fuel.
He'll probably
So,
fly this at 2/3
well, yeah, it's.
power.
I think so.
Just
Half.
over half.
I think it's
just
going to
over half.
cruise around at
Maybe
half power.
3/4.
Yeah,
Well, my 15 is 61 pounds
empty.
empty
Yeah.
with two 190s. And I get 6.5 minutes full out
Yeah.
on one engine.
Yeah.
Well, we know that from.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So.
David says 8 minutes easy.
Oh yeah, 8 minutes easy for sure. Well, guys, I think it's time to run this thing. We need to do a little bit.
Hello,
of prep.
Robert and Elizabeth in Kentucky.
Howdy, guys. Nezzy the Queen. She has found.
Let's turn that around and get a better picture.
Yeah, Nezzy has found my plane
way.
blanket.
Oh, yeah, but that's a sweet.
She found that yesterday and absolutely fell in love with it. It's like her magical bed now. So
She doesn't fight me for the seat anymore.
I'm just going to take her inside on the entire bed. I did that earlier, and she just hung out in there.
Disturb her like little atmosphere.
Hi, Bubba's. Oh,
Yeah, Nezzy and I always fought over the seat that Chad is sitting in.
Yeah, she usually is sitting in that one.
And David says the SU has the same capacity.
Really?
Yeah.
It's sitting up there.
Yeah, we have it
I
up.
was wondering where when it came in.
So you don't have to panic. It's right up there, David. Your SU is still here. We didn't hide it on you. Jonathan wouldn't go for my joke that I want to pull on you. But
Yes, we pulled the SU up, pulled the F-18 down, so we can get the F-18 ready to ship. All right, F-15.
and I'll gear this towards the door more.
I need to get the other camera ready to go.
You have muffs?
Me? Oh, I got muffs. You just took them.
You have muffs?
I gotta go get in. I'll go get my earbuds inside the car.
Yeah.
I have some in the
Some not old.
I have some in the trailer too. I'll grab them.
Oh, what?
I'm dead.
That's okay. You should have them.
I should be getting hearing aids quick.
Dance in front of the screen there, Russell. Keep him busy.
All righty. That's not mine. That's mine.
My son from Glencoe Golf Club.
Okay.
These are 3-in-1 head muffs. Like this. Beautiful fluorescent yellow.
Yes, the F-18 will have a new home, other than up in the sky in the shop.
All right, guys, it is time to test run the F15 XXL. A little bit of fuel has been pulled out of the tank, so it's not overflowing on the ground, but we are ready to test run this this engine. Right now, we are doing a live as well too. So as we mentioned, if you're on the lives, you get to see lots of cool stuff beforehand. So we've got some extra bodies here to help hold the F15, because when you're trying to hold back two 240 Newton engines, it's a lot. So we'll go through our normal test run procedures. We're going to let the idle stabilize. We will slowly go to full throttle, let the full throttle stabilize. We'll do some restart tests as well too. So we'll pinch off the lines going to the turbines, let them auto restart, and give it some full throttle action and see what it looks like. So let's do this. So we'll get that set up. Not used to that tripod. It's kind of poopy. Yeah, just make sure you stop it, not halfway up or whatever. Thanks, sir.
Boy, I wish mine operated that smooth. In the next house.
There we go. All right, so crew, we basically, one of you guys, well, two of you guys hold wing tubes because there's nowhere else really solid to hold. And
It
then,
would actually be like a sled.
yeah. And then somebody else, just to prevent gravel from shooting everywhere, we're just going to pop the nose down like that.
I'll do that one there.
Perfect. And then I'll just,
You get the easy one.
I get to have fun.
Come on,
Well, we got to throw the weight behind the.
Well, you're.
Got to throw the weight behind the wings there to hold it back, and you guys are more than I am.
Wings are just studs.
Okay, so if you guys are there, we'll go like that.
This is one of the few times where actually I can say I'm lighter than you guys.
Doesn't happen very often.
I
right?
know,
We're
it's
not in
very
most
rare.
crowds. All right, so we're good on the live. You guys are there. What camera is he holding? I'm not sure.
That was you. What
Oh.
camera are you holding? That was his studio camera.
Oh, the little one. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so this is, right now we're also videoing the video for the YouTube stuff, the normal video. So you guys are seeing all of this happen live. So
Double production.
double production, well said.
Double trouble.
All right, so we got the plane set up in the shop door here. We're gonna have one person on each side, one person holding down the nose. And yes, we've got our safety equipment on hand, so let's do this.
Hair dryer, extinguisher, blah, 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 transmitter. Oh, fuck. How would it hurt?
No, it might have a little bit of
When
power.
they did the fashions, right? No. Huh?
The 400?
The smoke.
The smoke? It was clear up down to the island, man. It was
Okay, so we're gonna start up.
That was like, for some reason, it's just like.
Still holding air, which is awesome. Beautiful. So we're going to, I'm just going to cycle like the air brake here to let the compressor run again to go to max. There we go, so 6.7 bar, 98 PSI, and let's start this up. All right, so trim up.
Bobsled. Slide.
Oh, you should show that screen.
Man, those restart fast.
Notice how it just shuts the doors when it gets
Yeah,
going?
exactly.
They don't have to worry about pinning.
No. Now, one thing I noticed when we were doing the restart here is I think the standard light was like green, and then as soon as I clamped the line off, what happened was it went a different color, and then when it was in restart mode, it was like a purple circle, and then it got back to like the green circle. So just an optical visualization or a visualization of what's going on there, but worked out great. Cool. Yeah? All right, guys, sorry about the earthquake during that. I felt like I was blocking you, so I wanted to move you forward. So, very impressive setup. Yeah. Yeah, it's got gobs of power. According to our two holders as well. Lots of power.
I know I'm getting older, but yeah, that was...
Awesome.
That was, yeah.
That's got a little bit of power.
Yeah, for an 80-pound plane.
Yeah.
Ballistic missile.
Well, it's gonna make it fly like the real McCoy. Those F15s, they fly very... I like the telemetry in the front like that. Jeez. That's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
And you barely used any fuel.
Laid out.
I know. I think I drained the saddles quite a bit, but
Yeah.
we just pulled out of the saddles and we're just getting into the main tanks, so. Yeah, that's wild. Super cool.
This is 1.5 liters there. The tag and the saddle. 1.5, no, a little more, 2 liters.
So there we go, guys. That is the 15. Success.
Really good. Dave's gonna be happy.
Yep, exactly.
A little disappointed I can't see it touch flag.
Max temp on full throttle, I think, was about 570 and 550. David, you asked, so. Yeah,
That's very good.
everything's good. No heat issues. Lots of power, good acceleration. Automatic door close feature at full throttle.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to use the pins. You just put the doors closed. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised at the amount of suction that's probably there
Oh yeah.
during a
Might be
flight.
different when you're flying it because the intakes are so big.
Ah, true. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's ramming air in there. That's right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's ramming air into the whole fuselage.
Yeah.
David wants to know the max temperature on.
I just
Yeah.
said that.
Okay. I know the. I saw them
Somebody
both-
wasn't
I saw
paying
them both was both
attention.
running.
Well, you gotta have an espresso, man. You gotta up here. It's lag time, man.
Yeah, I know. I just.
He's like the Doppler effect.
I was looking at the
And then he
temperatures.
hears it later.
Well, it's running. It's just. It's different.
Cool. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, now's question time. We've got a little bit of time left here in the live. And yeah. Floyd, if you want to make sure you get notified, make sure when you hit subscribe, you put notifications on. Also, I encourage you to be a Facebooker, because every Saturday I post on Facebook when we're doing the live. I know lots of people aren't on Facebook, but... Or give me your phone number and I'll make sure that I forget to call you because I can't remember to call you. So anyways, sorry, that might have been kind of rude, but anyways. Stacy can't run the 18. I have to go through it first, and I don't even remember what. There's actually two 18s on my radio, and I don't remember which 18 is actually bound to the
Floyd
model.
said that's what he did, but didn't go through.
Oh, that's weird. Saturday, 7 o'clock. He said, shoot, I'll give you my number.
And Floyd,
Then you're going to be mad at me when I forget to call you
Yeah, no kidding.
or text you.
Be 15 minutes before.
You forgot to text me. Yes, I did.
Guys.
Yes, I did. Actually, I probably shouldn't have said that because everybody's going to be like, hey, can you remind me when the
Oh
live?
my God.
Everybody.
You're getting a whole list of guys.
Actually, that brings up a good point. Maybe we could have an email list. Send out an email.
yeah, group email.
If
That
you're
would be a bad idea.
if you're not a subscriber on my website, I think you can. I don't know what it's called, but you can become a subscriber, member, or something on the lightersideofrc.com. Maybe go there, and we'll shoot out an email with the reminder of the live. That might be a good way. Good thinking. Yeah, more spam, more email spam, or
Yeah.
it'll just go to your spam folder. Exactly. So.
Okay.
Fly right stand as well too. This one, I think we talked about this during the build, but this one Ben custom did for me for the 15. So this is a standard front saddle with a custom one for the back for the 15. We do have new foam that actually just showed up today, sticky foam that glues down to this, which is nice because then we get rid of the zip ties. But yeah, this was for the 15. And then we also have some new saddles specifically for the SU as well too, which is awesome. So, but yeah, this worked great for the 15. Oh yeah, we're gonna cycle the gear. That's what else we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Forgot about
That's a
that.
Scarlet red, Ferrari red, fly right stand.
It is sparkly red.
It is really nice red.
So we are gonna I could feel the thunder through my speakers. So we're gonna cycle the gear on this thing. So you'll notice on the 15, this is the stock format for gear down. So the nose door closes, the 2 and 2 front doors close on the 15, but the single back door stays open. So when we give the gear up cycle, doors are gonna open, doors gonna open, gear's gonna come up, all doors are gonna close. And then when we go gear down, all doors open, gear comes down, and then the first doors that I talked about close. So nothing really astronomical, but it's just one of those synchronizing things which you have to make sure you get right. Yeah, otherwise you will wreck things very easily. So we'll turn this thing back on and we'll cycle the gear.
Then a few questions that
Oh, perfect.
don't have to do with this yet.
Who's gonna do that? You're gonna hold the nose?
Do the nose?
Yep.
I don't know. Ward's
on,
not
Ward.
earning his keep.
Ward's sleeping today.
No.
He's just like espresso lacking of Kelvin.
Behind on messages.
Yeah, like a minute late.
Receiver on.
All right, so all right, so we're full. Howdy, Victor. Hopefully flying was nice for you today. So we'll do gear up,
Someone's on.
doors open, gears up. So we're back up to 100 PSI, gear down. Beautiful.
That's what that stand's really nice because you can put it on
Receiver
bulkheads
off.
to move
Yeah.
away from the gear.
5.48 volts.
So yeah, very nice gear operation. It does use a lot of air. It's got fairly big cylinders, of course, and then lots of doors and everything. So the pressure dropped about 18 psi, and I think I've got the compressor turning back on at 85, which is perfect because then the gear goes up when you take off, compressor fills up, so which is great.
Yeah.
And then we also do have the fail-safe set up for 65 psi. So if it does get down to 65,
It drops.
during flight, your gear drops. So that, I think, is everything that we needed to do.
Nice photo there.
It is.
Really nice.
Very nice.
All the live people.
Wish my 15 had the removable nose cone.
Well, all you have to do is order one, Chad. It's that easy.
Borrow some money.
All it takes is money. Russell will lend you some.
Always gonna save all that money with,
Engine, man. I'm just like getting over this engine delete thing.
Carl wants to know if the shelves on in your trailer are adjustable.
Oh,
He's
Shelf
looking for-
trailers?
Looking for an idea
No.
for his trailer.
so no, my trailer shelves are not adjustable. You know, in my last trailer, I had my shelf on E-track, but it was horizontal. I had always meant to put that shelf, the single shelf, on vertical E-track. Never did, and I never missed the fact that I never had adjustability with my shelves. The way I did those shelves is I have the little ones on the far side, they're staggered, right? So you can put a big plane with a vertical stab. I can put two 2-meter planes. The other side, I made that one huge shelf. The reason I did the big shelf is we can put the F15 on top. We can put the SU30 on the bottom with vertical stabs. The F15 is about 3 inches from the ceiling, and that is a very large vertical stab on that plane. So,
It is.
yeah, I really don't need adjustability in my opinion.
But you did have a design that you could drop them down with a little bit of work.
Yeah, exactly.
But
They'll come
that's-
down with work, but you have to it's a lot of work to be able to fold them. So the reason I got those shelf brackets is because they are the most heavy duty shelf brackets that you can get that also come out 24 inches. They're stupid expensive. The 6 sets of 2, so 12 shelf brackets was $1,200 Canadian. So basically $100 a bracket. It was a lot. So, but there's nothing at Home Depot. I could have obviously got some custom made, but I don't want to wait for that. So, and yeah.
Yeah. Swamp Fox wants to know who makes BVM's F-15s.
BVM's planes are all made by Jet Legend. So Jet Legend's been around for a long time. My second plane I ever owned was a Jet Legend F22. It was like a 2-ish meter F22. And Skymaster had the very same plane, the smaller version. And so that's who makes BVM's planes.
Okay, the next one here, Sheldon Campbell says, did you fix the lettering on the tail?
No, thank you for the reminder.
I was gonna remind you.
Earlier I was making a list of everything that's outstanding,
Yeah, you gotta put that.
and I knew there was more things to do on the list, so
Was it misspelled?
lettering.
Missing a letter?
Yeah, it's
Spelt wrong.
the 4th pig hitter wing instead of fighter, pig hitter. Or I guess pahiter if you want to pronounce it properly. I also saw a question about the gear as well too.
Well, Stacy asked you about the tanks, but those are for the F-18. Stacy, that he's shipping out?
Did I fix the lettering on the tail?
A little blue.
Let me see here. What are those tanks behind you? Yeah, those are for the F-18. Can you make the formation lights actually light up? Yes. So the formation lights on this one are not lightable, but there are formation light kits out there. But this one has all the standard lights, but we need to change the lights in the wings. That's number 1 on the list. Change wing lights because they burnt out.
And David asked about nose wheel lights. We just did them this morning.
Yes, nose wheel lights are all good. Those I have sequenced to another function on the radio, so they are more easy to program. So
Floyd wants to know, is there a way to slow the gear
Yeah,
and the
that's
doors
the one I
down
was looking
to
at.
a more scale?
So yeah, Floyd, I actually covered that, I'm covering that in the last video of this plane. One of the things that I think is very important is functionality over scaleness on something like this. So I would rather have this gear drop and solidly drop and the doors solidly open and close before worrying about the scaleness. So yes, we can put restrictors on there. We put a restrictor valve in the canopy because the canopy, yes, to bring it up and down slow. So we've got a restrictor right here, a Robart, or not a Robart, Festo dial restrictor, and this slows down the opening and closing of the canopy. The reason we do that is because that's never operated in flight, so you know, when this is going down before you taxi out, you're able to check it and make sure it's good. When you're taxiing back and you want to open that canopy up, it doesn't matter the functionality of it, right? So that's why I don't generally like to slow down the landing gear, because as soon as you start slowing things down, things get out of sequence and that's when issues happen.
Plus,
We kind of had the same thing on the large F15 XXL. So when we were doing the maiden in Montana last year, 2 of the doors tangled up with each other, exactly. So I'll be back in a sec.
plus, we were also talking about that too, is that if you're coming in for an emergency landing, do you really want to wait for time for the wheels to come down because you're trying to have it to scale? Whereas get those wheels down before you can get down. That's one of the things. Yeah, everybody has 6.5 minutes. You got to land now.
taking like tips, you know, no.
So yeah, so functionality. So what we ended up doing with that F14 is 2 of the doors contacted each other. So we just sanded the joint down between the 2 doors and made them functional. Yes, there's a little gap between the doors, but functionality is more important than the scaleness, in my opinion. So that's a long-winded answer to your question.
Carl says, thank you. It looks like the cost is high, but he thinks they'll serve a good purpose for I think he's talking about the shelves.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know, you can buy those shelf brackets from Home Depot, the 20-inch ones. That's what you'll see in the final video, that's what I added on to each of those shelves, just to make sure they don't fold down when you don't want them. But, you know, on my big shelf, that's a 36-inch wide shelf, and already the 12 inches that's unsupported, even with 3/4 inch plywood. I mean, if I put all my weight on that specific spot, it does move. But so having only 20 inches of support, I don't think would be very awesome. So in my case, I could have the smaller shelves on the wall, the 24-inch shelves. You know, I could have used those brackets there, the Home Depot brackets, and then just use the big ones on the big shelf. So that's a possibility as well too. I would be okay with that.
Okay. Dan says he's building the E-Flight 8mm F16, and he put his Skrubler DS38 80mm EDF unit in it with the.
This is entertainment by itself. Somebody who doesn't know anything about planes
struggling
reading the questions. It's just like Katie being out here.
Thank you.
Except she can actually read.
We got more likes with her.
Yeah, exactly. So how about I read it? Jonathan, I'm building an E-Flight 80mm F16 and I put a Skrubler DS38 80mm EDF in with it. As far as LiPo batteries go, my suggestion is don't use any no-name ones. You know, don't buy Zippy Packs. Don't buy what's that website that everybody buys? China. Yeah, don't buy Hobby King stuff. You know, if you care about the plane, buy nice batteries like the Gens Ace 6-cell ones that I've used in that plane right there. What's that? A Havoc? Havoc. I don't know, I think they're $180 a piece, but they work good. The batteries I have now are 4 or 5 years old, and they're still perfectly usable. So, yeah, so I don't like cheaping out on batteries.
Yeah, Swamp Fox says SMCs makes good packs, great packs.
Yeah. So Floyd said is fair enough about the emergency gear down. So is there a way to have both scale, retraction, and emergency? Yeah, electric. But no, with the air, they're really, I don't foresee there being an option because you have to restrict the air movement. Some valves, like the Evo Tech valves, Evo Jet or Evo Tech or something, and also the Jetronic valves that we've got, some of them in here, they've got a nipple or an output port where you can put a restrictor on that output port and restrict both directions using that. So maybe you could rig something up where it's like the output port opens or something, but I think that's just adding complexity for somewhere where it doesn't need to be as complex. So.
And Victor says the AR packs are nice.
The Nez, yes, the Nez.
Yes, hi Nez.
Nez did get a new collar. Her bells sound different now. Some of you may notice that in videos.
But her purse the same.
Yes, her purr is the same. Hi, Bobas. Yeah, so we got like 2 minutes left. Any final questions? Ask away, ask away, ask away.
Nothing.
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 Cool.
They're
So
not loved.
one more video coming out next Saturday for the F15. That's the organizing video from like yesterday and today. A lot of hours organizing everything. So that one will be if you want to learn about how we did everything. I tried to make it way more detailed than I would normally do. So there's a lot of detail on the organizing stuff. And then there'll be a final F15 video, which will be the Saturday after next. And Wednesday's video is trailer build video. Wednesday after video will be a turbine we've never seen on the channel test video, which is going to be interesting. So that arrived the other day and I haven't opened it up yet. So we've got a video of the opening and the testing and the opinions of the turbines. So we'll see. Yeah, 15's done. What projects are we doing next? We are pounding out the 2 Picaros. They're over there. So 2 Picaros to be built, mine and David's. And then we are also pounding out the Rebel Classic right there. We've got the other Rebel Classic showing up in the next couple weeks. We've got CARF F100 showing up in the next couple weeks. The SU-30, which is now up in the ceiling until the other sports jets are done. That needs to be done soon as well too.
Floyd
F-14 behind me, that needs to be done soon too.
Yeah, Floyd asked, what are your thoughts on his P3C project?
I don't even know what that is.
He has it. Yeah, you have to ask him.
I'm not an aviation genius, so I don't know what a lot of those things are.
And
Without
John said
looking
he
at
watched
them.
your organizing video. This is awesome. He wants to see more of that.
Perfect. Then the next one is more organizing. So thank you for watching it because it doesn't feel sometimes like it's worthwhile content. But I do get emails and comments and stuff on a very regular basis like yours, thanking me for detailing that stuff. So did you reorganize the jets in the back behind you? Not really.
No, I think he's talking about there because
Oh.
the SU's gone.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Yeah, I did. The SU, so the F-18's right there. The SU is now up there. My BDXS, that was where the Rebel is now in the trailer. We've been using that for videoing and stuff and figuring out shelves. So yes, good eye, Stacy, good eye.
Jeremy says, is the SU the next build?
Don't worry, A10 coming soon. A10 coming soon.
In fall.
David, A10 back there for Stacy needs to be repainted. He's been waiting a long time, so he may have to jump ahead of you for some of your projects here.
Oh, he's buying us.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving up in the selection.
Price gone up maybe $40.
Dave and Stacy have to have it coming.
Yeah, Tobin's, he's finishing his CARF L39.
Oh, Stacy wants his A10 done in a snack skin paint job now instead of the snake skin. That's cool.
Cool.
I'll come up with a unique snack skin. glue some,
Mars bars.
yeah, some Mars bar wrappers on it.
Snickers on it.
McDonald's wrappers.
That's awesome. No, we do have another A10 coming though for Chris, but that's going to be a while until it shows up still. Am I going to build another turboprop? Probably not. Not anytime soon unless somebody wants one.
Not your favorite kind of plane.
Stacy said, David, get out of the way. Awesome. Cool, guys. Well, that's time. Thank you for tuning into the live. Hopefully you enjoyed the run-up of the F15. Peanut butter cup wrappers. Ooh, that's a good one.
Giant
Big black
Cheeto.
dots all over the place.
A giant Cheeto.
Reese's one. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching the content. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us on the live. This is tons of fun. And yeah, I enjoy this a lot. So thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Maybe in a couple weeks. We'll see how the schedule works out. I forget how to leave. Oh, there we are.
At the Xbox.